All right, start with Rob Lewis, Grant, then Wes Rucker.
Josiah, career high 18 for you tonight. I mean, it looked like you came into the game with a more aggressive mindset on offense, particularly when it came to putting the ball on the floor, getting into the rim, into the paint, and getting your points there. Is that something you've been working on? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just goes into my daily preparation with the coaching staff and then in practice as well. We knew that we lost a lot of production with Eve being out, and so everybody had to really pick up the slack, and I just wanted to be more aggressive on offense, and I think the coaches really preached that to me throughout the weekend, so that's what I try to go out there and do.
Rick called you a calming force for these freshmen. How do you think you're a calming force, and what have you seen from those two guys the last two times?
I just try to always encourage them. The coaches are going to coach them. They're going to be tough on them. They're going to have good days and bad days. But me being through it, going through it last year, I just want them to know that, I mean, if they're having a tough day, it does get better. And just focus on the things that you can control and worry about just getting better each and every day. And so I really just try to preach that to them. And they're doing a spectacular job. They're really getting into a groove right now. And I think they're really just scratching the surface of how good they can be. But it just goes into their preparation. I see those guys work day in and day out. And so I'm not surprised by the production that we're getting out of them. And we definitely need it to get where we want to get at the end of the season.
Josiah, how much did Eve's absence tonight, going into the game, is that something where okay, I'm going to be playing at the sophomore now, I just got to change what I'm doing? Does your mind process that at all, or is it just another game?
Yeah, you definitely think about it. We lose a lot of production on both ends of the floor with him, and so guys just have to step up and play a bigger role, play more minutes, and really do the dirty work that he does on defense and on offense. And so you step up to the challenge to be a little bit more aggressive on both ends. And credit to Eve, he brought a lot of energy from the bench, and he was definitely a really good teammate tonight, like he always is. But he definitely brought it up. He wasn't just out there. It really felt like he was in the game and he was really engaged. And so it didn't really feel like we were missing him too much because he was in everybody's ear, encouraging everybody. And so it's really a testament to how great of a teammate he is and the team that we have, the culture that we have.
Mike, Troy, and Nicholas Hill.
Yeah, Josiah, what's it been like playing in this offense with the way you guys have been running and getting out in the court the past two games? And then can you take me through Keon Johnson's dunk tonight, please?
Yeah, coach has definitely been preaching just getting easy buckets. We don't, as a player, I definitely like to play fast, and the game is a lot easier when you play faster and not always having to run a set. But we have that in our back pocket when we need it. But for this team to be at its best, we have to get out and run and get easy baskets, and we have the players that are capable of doing that. And I think we're really getting into a groove in our transition game. And Keon dunks I was speechless. I'm still speechless. Wow. I mean, Sports Center. That's all I gotta say. It'll be on Sports Center for a long time.
Josiah, Rick has said multiple times this week that he feels like you are just scratching the surface of how good you can be. How good do you think you can be, and what does that ceiling look like for you?
I think I could be really good. And that's really all I focus on. I don't try to compare myself to other people. I just try to focus on what this team needs from me and how I can be the best me for this team. I don't really try to compare myself to other people, but I just try to hone in on my craft day in and day out. And that's what the coaches are preaching to me. And that's what I've learned over my time here at the University of Tennessee. Just making the most out of each and every day and worrying about the things you can control. And I can only control the work that I put in and the effort that I give. And so I think that the ceiling is high for me. I don't think I'm anywhere near my peak, but I just got to keep working. And only way I'll get anywhere close to that is by being diligent in my work. And that's what I plan on doing.
Josiah, there was an interesting sequence there late in the first half where you made a free, like right as the shot clock was expiring. And I want to say, I think it was Keon Johnson that made another free that as the shot clock was expiring. Just how big were those frees when it looked like you guys were in a really tough spot to come out with, those shots, especially at that point? I think you guys were up by about 10, and that really ballooned your lead up to up to near 20.
Yeah, those are really big plays. They were late shot clock shots, and I mean, you shoot them. You shoot every shot thinking that it's going in, but I mean, it was a momentum boost for us that got the crowd engaged, it got the team engaged, and so it was really a good spark for us on both ends for both ends of the floor. And so, I mean, I wasn't surprised that the shots went down. You get into late shot clock situations like that all the time, and we practice those shots, and so I just think that it was routine. I wasn't really too surprised by it.
Last question for Josiah goes to Gustavo.
Josiah, how to keep this momentum? You guys won on Saturday versus Kentucky on the road, has this big game, tonight, you guys are going to face LSU on the road. How to keep this momentum to not lose it, like when you guys, when you had the back-to-back wins, you guys defeated Kansas and Mississippi State?
We just know that February is a really important month. And that's what the coaches have been preaching to us, is separation month. Either you're going to be in the middle of the pack and be inconsistent like we have been in the past, or you're going to make a run and make a push to be one of the top teams in the country. And from the experience that we had last year, we were in the middle of the pack. We were inconsistent. And so we're just taking our what we learned from that last year and trying to not recreate that this year. And so I think that our maturity level has to go up. We just have to, like I said, work. It's all about us. And so we can control how we come out, how we play, and prepare for each game. And so I think that we just have to go into each practice, each workout, knowing that teams are there's a big target on our back, and it's only going to get bigger from here, and that we just have to be ready for every challenge that we face in the games coming up and be prepared mentally and physically for those.
Thank you, Josiah.